So I'll get straight to the point here. If having a crush terrifies you, like when you feel like you're attracted to someone, or you feel like you're starting to obsess about them, or your mind is starting to think about them like on overload almost, if that kind of terrifies you, makes you feel like you're losing control, maybe you actually don't really want to be with this person, maybe you know you're not compatible, but you feel terrified that you might be falling in love with them and you might lose control and, you know, eventually give in and lose yourself to this person. If that scares you, this video is for you. So over the past 2 years, I've had crushes come and go. I've crushed on many different girls, and every single time I found myself crushing on someone, it terrified me. It gave me so much anxiety because deep down I didn't really want to be in a relationship with any of the girls that I crushed on, yet my mind was obsessing about them, like going through loads of like mental movies of like picturing like futures together with them, picturing like what it would be like to be married, what it would be like to have kids with them. And then I was sat there thinking, oh my god, I'm falling in love with this girl, this is love, I can't escape this, like I'm gonna lose myself to this girl, I'm gonna lose myself, I'm gonna give in, I'm gonna get into a relationship with her, and then the feeling is going to wear off and I'm going to realize I don't want to be in this relationship, and then I'm going to have to break her heart and I'm going to ruin the connection I have with her, and oh, spiral. The truth of the matter is I didn't want a relationship with any of these girls. I knew I wasn't really compatible with them. I knew, you know, they weren't what I was looking for in a partner, and therefore every time I had a crush on them, I felt like I was basically losing control. And I felt like, you know, I was going to get pulled under by these obsessive feelings and end up, you know, making decisions that I'd ultimately regret. And that really scared me, you know. And what scared me most was the idea that I would end up hurting them, because I genuinely cared about all of these girls. I genuinely cared about the connection we had. What I found is the way to overcome this is to just enjoy the feeling of having a crush. Or even if you can't enjoy it, just accept it. You know, observe it. Crushes are harmless. They really are. They do come and they do go. And just because you're crushing on someone that you don't see a future with, or you don't want to be in a relationship with, that's okay. Alright, that doesn't mean you're going to fall for them. It doesn't mean you're going to lose yourself. It doesn't mean you're going to lose control. The only way you could ever lose control is if you believed that you were going to lose control, in a sense. If you gave power to that through fear, if you felt this crush feeling and you started resisting it and pushing against it, not only are you going to amplify the crush and amplify the fear and amplify the anxiety and amplify that friction, but eventually, you know, you could amplify it to a point where maybe you do lose control. Alright? But the only way you're ever going to lose control is if you give it that power. So in a way, you're never actually losing control. You're always in control. If that made any sense. So yeah, crushes are harmless. By themselves, they are harmless. Alright? So you can just accept them. So the best way to do this is, if you find your mind, because it is your mind, because obviously you don't want to be with that person, so it's not you obviously crushing on them, it is your mind. So if you just allow your mind to run, and you allow your mind to obsess about them, have all these thoughts, but you always know that, you know, there's no future there, and you just know that, you know that confidently, you know that within yourself that you don't want to be with this person, that's enough. That is enough. You don't need to stress, you don't need to push against this, against the mind, against these feelings. Just let the mind run, and, you know, find humor within the thoughts if you can, or at the very least just observe them and know that they're not really yours. You know, you can enjoy fantasizing about someone full well knowing that you don't want to get with them. full well knowing that you don't want to have a relationship with them. That is okay. You don't need to put so much weight on the mental activity of feeling an attraction towards someone. It really isn't that deep. And yeah, that's what I found. And I found that once I was able to accept these feelings that I had for these people, I was able to kind of let them flow through me, and they faded. They came and they went, because I knew deep down that they were never really mine. They were just transient feelings. A crush doesn't mean you love someone. A crush doesn't mean you want a future kid's wife. It doesn't mean that you actually want that. A crush can literally just be a temporary infatuation, a temporary obsession of the mind. And actually allowing these crushes to flow through me with these people that I cared about, once they had faded, it allowed me to have a deeper appreciation for those people. It allowed me to really connect with them on a deeper level and deepen our friendship or whatever afterwards, because I felt safe to. So take the weight out of your idea of what a crush is, because crushes are harmless.